Sunday. I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by Andrew Gaze, and we're glad to bring you the action. And I'm not sure I believe what Scott Roth had to say before the game about winning isn't important. We just want to get better and play well.
Well, I think that's a plan, and you go into a game like this fully aware that it's a preseason tournament, very prestigious one, I might add. But when the ball's actually tipped and you're sitting on the sidelines and you're going through the game, you're trying to win. And he knows what's at stake, an opportunity to compete in a final and test yourself against one of the better teams throughout the world in Unicaja, and one of the powerful basketball club teams from Spain. And that in itself would be a huge honor. And also, these teams are representing the leagues that they play in the NBL, hoping that the Tasmania JackJumpers can get the win and play off in a final and add a trophy to not only the JackJumpers cabinet, but the Australian basketball cabinet, that an Australian team has won this prestigious event, which has been going, well, first started back in a very, very nice year, which was 1965.
That's right. I agree with you. That's a great year. You know, that was the year that the world was given one Andrew Gaze.
No, that's true. But both these teams, I think, after their first up performance, would appreciate that there's still some room for improvement. It's a little easier for the JackJumpers because this is a team that plays together, is preparing for the upcoming season together, whereas the G League Unite, they are more individual. This is a one and done type arrangement for them. They'll either go back to the G League or they're trying to find jobs throughout the world to continue with their professional career. And high quality players, most of them have had some experience in an NBA jersey.
And I think also, Andrew, having been here last year, you know, this is an upgrade in terms of performance from what we saw with the Ignite. You know, they had some great young players, talented players. This is a more experienced group, and it showed in their first game.
Oh, for sure. To bring a team that has teenagers in it, as opposed to guys that have been around for quite some time, had opportunities in the NBA or playing overseas somewhere, they are more prepared to deal with the bigger, more mature bodies, which the Tasmania JackJumpers are going to dish up. The big challenge for Tasmania is can they back up? It's less than 24 hours since their last game.
So you think the tiredness, the fatigue factor?
Well, I think there's definitely going to be a factor you can't ignore, particularly when your opponent's been sitting at home watching and recovering and going through the recovery process, which they all do.
So let's go down to the locker room. Well, we're inside the Singapore Indoor Arena. It's the second year in a row that the FIBA Intercontinental Cup has been played here. And let's don't forget, I can't remember if you mentioned this already or not tonight, but it is the first time Australia has had a team at the FIBA Intercontinental Cup. Tasmania JackJumpers winning the title and earning the right to be here and wanting to make the most of it. And I think it's a hugely important opportunity that you want to seize. If you can get a trophy to carry into the season, you can already say, hey, we had some success this season.
My word, and it's beyond that, which is a very valid point, because there's bigger things to come for all the teams that are playing here, is that you look at the Intercontinental Cup trophy, there are some huge, huge names, biggest clubs in the world. Olympiacos, Panathinaikos have been
Maccabi Tel Aviv,
Barcelona,
yeah.
They've all
Real Madrid
been here. So to sit alongside some of those really high-profile, very prestigious brands, it would be an honour for an Australian team to be able to do that, particularly do it in their first crack at the tournament.
Of course, the G League team has not won this before as well, so I think these guys have every reason to come out and play well. I mean, you mentioned it. They want to come out and get perhaps increase their career or improve their career prospects. But we're going to look at the JackJumpers first as they come out. Clint Steindl. They're not going to have Sean McDonald, and I felt like he, brought something to the table for Tasmania in their first game, and that's going to be a big miss, especially when Jordan Crawford's not in the game.
Well, that's right. He splits minutes a lot of time with Jordan Crawford. They do play together sometimes, but it's at both ends of the floor with Sean McDonald. He can score the ball, but
maybe Brody Nunn is going to get some more minutes because of McDonald not being here. Who knows?
Yeah, perhaps. But the other thing I love about Sean McDonald is he's another one of those stories that came through, wasn't gifted a position. He had to earn it to get on this roster, and has made the most of an opportunity.
Majak Ding, one of the headline players. Here's Walter Brown, the New Zealander. He might get some minutes today. He didn't dress out for the first game, but Majak Ding, of course, played at the Olympics. Here's Ruben Tarangi, who one of the better players for Tasmania, their opening game, the New Zealand International. Of course, Jack did not remember him getting any minutes yesterday. He can always come in. And you know that this guy, Krislovic, will play some big minutes today, and probably Will Magnay is going to be the focal point again.
Well, he was their best player, I think, last night, both on the defensive end, where he had 5 blocks, but scored the 12 points, and he's a handful, but more of a handful is that guy, Milton Doyle.
Yeah.
He's the closer for the team, and Craig Sword has come in and speaking to the coaches after last night's game, because he only played 7 or 8 minutes. He's very much going to be a role player this year. They like what he does on the defensive end. He's going to be a defensive stopper for him, or that's what they're hoping.
So this is a team that clearly going to get a lot better as the season goes on. And as for the G League United, they had a very positive start in their opening game, coming out and beating Kemsa, which I thought was a really tricky opponent for them. I thought it was beforehand, and even though Kemsa had their struggles, they still had to work for the win, which ultimately they pulled away a little bit at the end. Yeah,
they wore him down. They got great athleticism. They never shot the ball well in the first game, 21% from the three-point line. So we know they're much more capable than that.
So Juan Toscano, one of the better players probably in this competition, the former Mexico national team player, and also has a ring in the NBA with Golden State. Kasei Tominaga, coming off his outstanding collegiate career with Nebraska, but perhaps more importantly with Japan's national team at the World Cup and playing at the Olympics this year. Did not play much the other day. Broderick Thomas, key player. Yeah, Charlie Brown, key player, that's already out. Here's Broderick Thomas.
Broderick Thomas is another great story. Division 2, plays college career in Truman. Division 2 school, but has worked his way up through the ranks.
Deontay Burton, he brings the emotion, doesn't he?
Wow, does he ever? He was talking to the fans, talking to his teammates, but love the spirit and the emotion that he plays with.
Rob Baker the second.
A Harvard grad. The brains of the team.
Foster had one of the dunks of the event in that game against Kemsa. Here's MJ Walker as well, who perhaps could get more minutes today. I thought he looked really good when he was playing. So they're ready to get after it. I'm sure both teams looking forward to this one.
Well, I am. We've got different styles. You'll see a more structured style of play from the JackJumpers as opposed to a bit more freelance and individualism. from the G League team.
And Paul Hewitt, the coach. And the referees from Panama, the crew chief, Julio Anaya, Carlos Peralta from Ecuador on the left, and Boris Krajic from Slovenia on the right. And all three guys do a fine job in international basketball and in their respective countries and also continents. Krajic, one of the Basketball Champions League referees. So there's Ruben Tarangi. I'm sure he's looking forward to this one. He played very well against the USA at the World Cup with New Zealand. They're going to start with Jordan Crawford, Drimic, Majak Deng, Will Magnay, and Milton Doyle. So Drimic is in the starting five today. Maybe that's, I'm trying to think, was that the change or was it Deng?
No,
it's Majak Deng, yeah. With Nunn, Brown, Tarangi, Gak, Krislovic all coming off the bench.
Yeah, Tarangi had to start in the game yesterday, so that Majak Deng gets the opportunity, and he's a very experienced campaigner. He's an Olympian on the team as well. Played for South Sudan in the Paris Olympic Games. And it is tough though for the Jack Jumpers to have to back up in less than 24 hours. They don't do that in the NBL. They always allow at least a day in between games. That's not the case throughout the world. It's not unusual to have to back up, but to back up so quick, this is an early game. They finished their game around 8 o'clock last night, get to bed, and then basically lacing it up after breakfast to get ready to come to the game. So they're not able to go through their normal routine. And Scott Roth, though, he's the master at preparing teams. What he's done with this team in 3 seasons to already have guided them to a championship is nothing short of extraordinary.
You think the United have the advantage that they've had the day off and they're able to watch the game or game tape?
Oh, no doubt. And it's not just about that. It's also, you know, getting some rest and seeing it. And this is an athletic starting five.
Yeah, Charlie Brown, Broderick Thomas, Deontay Burton, Juan Toscano, and Rob Baker the second, with Tominaga, Bowden, Wong, Moore, Foster Jr., Walker coming off the bench. And I'm wondering if Wong is going to play because he was ill in the first game, and I still don't see it for Paul Hewitt. So if he's not able to go, that's, once again, a big absentee.
No, for sure. They could use him. Although he pretty much went with an 8-player rotation. You know, MJ Walker only played the 10 minutes, and Tominaga only in the 9 minutes. So it's even a 7-player rotation. So I think
Crawford, and you can see the importance of him to the calls in that first game.
Yeah, Crawford led the way. He had the 15 points in the win over Kimsa. Milton Doyle was the other one with 12 along with Will Magnay, but Magnay with the 9 boards, to me, was the standout.
Well, I like Magnay because he really set the tone. United only had a 9-man roster in their first game, so they were missing Taze Moore. Now, we understood that he had gone to sign for a team in China, but there's been some social media saying that he's going to be signing for Portland, so nothing's confirmed yet from what I can tell. But also without Wong, so that meant they only had the 9 players.
Taze Moore, you mentioned him. He had a couple of 10-day contracts with them last season, so they clearly like what they see. He probably has to go through the season, spent most of the time with the Rip City Remix, their G League team. So maybe he's back in consideration, certainly around the edges.
So if you played back-to-back days, when do you start to feel it? Do you feel it at the beginning of the game? Do you feel it at the end of the game?
Well, when you get older, you feel it at all of them, but usually it's more at the beginning where you just got to loosen up, and once you get clicking in, it's your natural instincts take over. But it's not easy, and certainly if it's a physical game. But both these teams have got pretty deep rosters, so you expect that the rotations may be a little higher than what you would normally expect. One, because of the fatigue in the Jack Jumpers, but also the fact that it's a preseason game. And you want to look at different options, different combinations, get a feel for where certain players are at in their preparation. Anthony Dremick is one that they're hoping that he can shoot the ball 0-5 from the three-point line. And he missed the preseason blitz, which is the preseason tournament in the NBL, because he's had some health issues, but perhaps his leg's not quite underneath him. But he's a high-quality player. Put him in the veteran stage of his career at the moment. He's played for a number of different teams. The Adelaide 36ers, Brisbane Bullets. It's part of the journey that he's been on.
So again, it's the G League United wearing the black, going up against Tasmania JackJumpers in the white, the green trim. And that was swatted out of bounds on the opening tip. So it's going to be Tasmania basketball here attacking the basket to the right on your screen. And it's going to be Milton Doyle that tries to inbound the basketball. I'll have the FIBA Hall of Fame induction ceremony after tonight's second game. Here's a turnover. And the whistle blows. Toscano is fouled, so free throws coming his way. It was Rob Baker that came up with the steal.
Yeah, a good opening set. They get it through some hands. Ultimately, they get it to Toscano, and it's a relatively easy pathway to the basket. It's a bit of misdirection, the dribble handoffs, and I'm not sure we're going to see a whole lot of that with this team throughout the course of the game, but good opening play to get things going. He came out of the blocks flying against Gizmo a couple of days ago.
Toscano makes one of the two. So now it's the JackJumpers again, looking for their first bucket of the game here at the start of the game that's going to determine who takes on Unicaja Malaga for the title for the FIBA Intercontinental Cup. Crawford gets it to Magne. Into the corner, and Doyle doesn't get it off in time.
Designated play, we see that action a lot where they go to the low post. They got some weak side cutting action and just took a little long to get to the destination, and they ran out of time.
Jordan Crawford really getting up tight on Broderick Thomas. Here's Charlie Brown. Dremick guarding him. He switches on to Toscano. Broderick Thomas puts it up, and that was short. Long rebound to Brown. And Deontay Burden loses it out of bounds.
Yeah, Deontay Burden, who was their leading scorer in the opening game with the 17 points, but he's been given the biggest defensive assignment, trying to guard Jordan Crawford.
Ball deflected out of bounds. It'll stay at this end.
Huge size advantage that Burton has. Switch up for this possession.
Jang launches it. Jang missing and goes out of bounds. You think Ding is in there to kind of give that additional size at the start of the game?
Yeah, he does it all. He can spread the floor, and he was a really important piece. Played his role magnificently last season in the championship win. Had some big games. Got hurt, missed a chunk of the season.
Oh, falling down was Baker. Leads to a turnover, and Ding goes in. Oh, misses the layup.
Gee, sloppy start. Signs of fatigue early on by the Jackies.
Toscano drives in, he misses. And now another attempt for Tasmania. Crawford puts it up from deep. And there you have it. First field goal of the game is actually scored by Tasmania.
And that's what he does. He can knock down the free ball.
Baker. Swooping in for the rebound. Drimmick. Crawford again, and good defense from Burton.
Crawford, if he sees daylight from the three-point line, he's letting it fly. 2 of 3 in the first one. And here in D-Trans, Burton just needs to close out a little tighter.
Crawford's really making Broderick Thomas feel him defensively. Getting up on him tight. So here is Toscano again for 3. That's good. Close kisses to the crowd. Besos. Drimmick had a tough shooting day. Here's Ding. Burton guarding him. Ding gets in, puts it up, and again does the hard work, misses the layup. Doyle picks up the loose ball. Drimmick again short, but chases down the long rebound. Good effort from Charlie Brown to knock it away. It leads to a break. Charlie Brown from downtown.
Well, he knocks it down. He's got that capacity, but that is a funky shooting technique. Shoots it from the right shoulder. Usually you're taught to get that ball in front of your head, right? Point a finger right in line with your nose, but he is right out to the right shoulder.
So back-to-back threes now for G League United, has put them in front, and here's Burton.
Oh, it's called on Crawford.
Good defense from Burton.
Burton pretty happy with his own work.
Toscano again. High arcing 3. More kisses for the crowd. And now it's 10-3. So far they've yet to get Magne involved. And Magne saves it, gives it to Ding, and this time he makes no mistake.
We needed that one. His last 2 were 99 times out of 100 he's going to make, and he's missed 2 of them. So my maths doesn't add up, but that time with the 2 hands, stuffs it in, help his confidence, get himself going.
And Baker takes it all the way in, and he misses a layup. He must be wondering why he didn't go up for a dunk. Magne catches it, and he is blocked from behind by Toscano. The athleticism of the United apparent. Toscano again. Baker going for the rebound, doesn't get it.
Yeah, there is fatigue in this Tasmania JackJumpers. Drimmick, he got hit in the head. I think he's bleeding. So they've had to call a stop. But even Magne was struggling in the offensive transition. Let's have a look if we can see it. He was on the box out rebounding situation. It was that 3 ball by Toscano, and he's having fun. This is interesting because Craig Sword never got in until the second half and only played 7 or 8 minutes in game 1. He's seeing some early action here for the JackJumpers.
Krislovic has checked in as well.
Yeah, this is a small lineup that we see regularly in the NBL season with Krislovic, and
also Tarangi's in. Here's Doyle.
Let's go.
Oh, nice play by Thomas, but then he turns it over. Doyle. Crawford not going to hesitate, gets it up and gets it in.
Great recognition by Doyle.
Paul Hewitt calling a timeout. 5.5 minutes in.
A little run of momentum going the way of the JackJumpers. And what a pass by Doyle. Could have made a play on the rim, but knew Crawford had just made one. So found him wide open in transition and got him the ball.
Move the ball. The one time we moved, we got right down the lane for nothing. Okay? You don't have pressure right now. Okay? One, you're taking the ball out. Okay? Charlie, Roderick in the middle. Deontay here. Yo, Juan, Charlie, Deontay will be here. Broderick will be here. Mike Foster here. Let's go right to step, move the ball. Let's go, defense over. 1, 2, 3. Defense.
So 10-8. Here's Crawford pulling up and getting it over Brown to pull the JackJumpers to within 2 points. Brown gets it across midcourt in time. Foster in the game. Here he is catching it back outside. Thomas. And here comes Sword. And he is fouled as he drives, putting the pressure on that D. It definitely brings the energy, doesn't he?
Oh, my word, he does. And you know, he would feel really comfortable in this environment, having spent some time in the G League himself. He knows the style of play that he's up against. He probably have a good understanding of a lot of the players that he's been playing with. Last season, he played with the Indiana Mad Ants, so he's only just come out of...
He's just gone from one ant to another.
Well, that's a very good point. And the JackJumpers, for those that aren't aware, is...
It's an ant.
It's a native ant
jumping
to
ant.
Tasmania. Stings, got a bit of sting about it, as the JackJumpers have had.
And that offensive rebound was a little bit of a sting for the United. Here we go. Crawford again. And Krislovic goes down. Foul called, is it Toscano?
Yeah, and look up role player in the dictionary, and there would be a picture of Fabian Krislovic.
Krislovic, sorry.
Yeah, that's right. But that's he is the ultimate role player. He's been with a few different franchises, but really found a home here in Tasmania.
So Brody Nunn trying to inbound the basketball, turns it over. And Tominaga has checked into the game. So a couple of collegians last year guarding each other with Nunn and Tominaga. And in it goes to Foster. Oh, I don't believe it. Looked like he wanted to dunk it. And in the end, he tried to lay it up. Tarangi, high arcing three. Brown with the rebound. Tarangi guarding Foster, showing his versatility. He can guard the bigger players. And Foster does a great job making that. Maybe a little unfortunate not to get the foul called.
Yeah, both teams really struggling to find
Milton Doyle.
find the rim. It's 4-12 now for the JackJumpers. G League only 4-11, so both teams found the going a little tough.
It's a big opportunity for Nunn, though. We were wondering who was going to get McDonald's minutes, and it's him. Oh, Burton. Here's Tominaga, pump fake, steps back, puts it up. Count it! The Japanese Steph Curry.
Oh, and he put up all sorts of three-point shooting records at the University of Nebraska.
Oh, boy, now turnover. Good defense from Foster. Knocks it away, and now he finishes it. And the G League United off and running.
Brody Nunn having those Sean McDonald minutes that we see, so a good test for him.
Oh, good reach. Toscano knocking it away. Burton. Here's Brown again. And boy, they have exploded into a 20-11 advantage. The three-point shot falling all of a sudden for United.
And 3 consecutive made baskets gives them a 9-point buffer. And Good timeout by Scott Roth as the JackJumpers need to find some offense. Time you only got 11 points in 8.5 minutes.
5 of 7 from three-point range for the United, and they lead it 20-11. Let's try to listen to Scott Roth.
Do not rebound on the baseline. To the high side, to the high side. We're going to come down and just snap it. We're going to go to this gaggle. You're going to come off. Fab, 1 or 2 dribbles, and you're going to reverse. Chicken, you're going to come up, and we're going to burn. All right? We got to get back in transition, build the wall.
We heard the last thing you said, talking about the transition defense, and yeah, you got to build the wall, and that's trying to protect the basket. This is an indefensible play when you're coming off a turnover. Nice finish, but you also got to carry a hand, make the three-point shooters put it to the floor.
Nice handoff by Brown. It's good to share it with your teammate, especially who came up with the steal. And the whistle blows, and the foul's been called.
Bailed out. G League Unite, because Sword is about to put on a highlight reel play on the back cut.
Bowden's also in the game now, guarding the inbounds. Crawford able to get into none. And Foster reaching over, getting the steal defensively. United causing all sorts of problems. Project Thomas going up against Sword. Sword blocks it. Wow. Here's Nunn on the break. Tempted to shoot it. He does. He was knocking him down in warm-ups. Here's Crawford. Crawford gets it to Krislovic, who gets it outside to Tarangi. Wide open three. Now he gets the long rebound. Toscano leaked out early to get on the break, but they didn't get the basketball. Here's Sword. He misses as well. Toscano with the basketball.
Capable of knocking down the three ball, but not something that is a big part of his game with Sword, but that time wide open, and they just can't get anything to drop.
Well, it's 20-11, the final 17 seconds, and a turnover. Let's see if they hold for one. Krislovic hands it back off to Crawford. Now Sword goes in, and Kominaga's got to go quickly. He gets it up in time, and that was off. But a very promising first quarter for the G League United, coming out playing with some fire.
Well, they came out and they knocked down shots.
They lead it 20-11 over Tasmania JackJumpers.
But it was a slow start. It took them a little while to get going, and after that timeout that was called, they came out on fire.
5 of 8 from three-point range. That's the difference in the game.
Well, we were speaking earlier, though, in the low 30s, but they end the quarter 7 of 16, 44%. On the flip side of that, and it's a stark contrast, 4 of 16, 25% by the JackJumpers, and 8 turnovers, if you don't mind.
Yeah, that's the problem as well. 8 turnovers, so some easy buckets, just 3 turnovers for United.
Yeah, anytime at this level to give your opponent 8 extra opportunities, you know, you got to be realistic. You might have it 2 or 3 a quarter is a tolerable level.
12 of their points off turnovers.
Yeah, so it's a big part of the problems that the JackJumpers are having. And you know, I'm not trying to make excuses for them, but you know, perhaps a little fatigued, both physically and mentally after the game last night. Less than 24 hours having to suit up. But
you're not trying to make excuses, but you are.
Well, I'm not trying to, but it's a reality. It is a reality of the circumstances that
I know.
United had a day off, go through their recovery routine.
Plus, you're without McDonald, but
yeah, but
you got to give credit to United. I mean, they kind of basically have come out and punched them in the face a little bit, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, for sure. And I think you got a lot of those 8 turnovers. You give credit to United because they're up and in and putting some pressure on the ball, and many of them are forced turnovers.
What's interesting to me is how Magne hasn't been able to impact the game at all yet.
No, it's
and by this time in their first game, he was already like well on his way, it seemed like, to a double-double.
Yeah, and I think that's got a lot to do with United,
the opponent's size.
And also sitting back and taking notes and seeing the scout and seeing how he plays and being a little more prepared.
Good play so far. Here's Tominaga. And a foul from behind by Thomas. Tominaga has not met a shot that he did not like.
No,
but that's okay. That's what he is.
And that's right. That's his role. And they drew up the play for him. Staggered screen along the baseline, comes out to the corner. Just misses one that most of the time you think he's going to make.
Also got Clint Steinel in the game. Oh, Doyle almost turned it over and then collected himself and was able to go up and score. Chicago's finest.
Beautiful execution. They slip the flare screen and went on the switch. So they switch and switch, and they get it on the slip.
Thomas, short jump shot. To 13. Crawford steps back. Ding kept it alive.
It's going to stay here. Baker on the rebound just grabbed Will Magne's arm. He gets called for the holding foul.
Okay.
On the rebound.
Ding for 3. Wow. Ball Steindl, right place at the right time. Another chance for the JackJumpers here is Doyle for 3.
Well, they're persistent. They're now, that was the 11th field goal attempt.
Ball went right through the hands of Bowden, but then it hit, I think, Steindl, and it went right back to him. Here's Baker. Turn around. That's good. Nice touch. Crawford into the corner. Magne for 3. How about that? Nothing wrong with that form.
It's a part of the game that he's worked on. That's could be a tech.
Wow.
On a flop. But they're going to call him.
They're asking for the flop on the G League United bench, but the call goes the way in favor of Crawford.
Yeah, that had a bit of a look about a flop. But Will Magne's really worked on that shot from when he first started in the NBL. And you leave him wide open, and the form looks good. Knocked down the 3.
MJ Walker's checking in. Tominaga goes out. Here's Crawford again for 3. Started well, but he's missed a couple now. Deontay Burton pulls up. And Bowden gets the rebound and puts it up and in. So the JackJumpers are out rebounding United, but G League United have had some putbacks. Here's Milton Doyle. Feels good, looks good, is good.
He's carrying on his form from last night. He made 4 of them.
Bowden. Ball goes over Steindl, and They thought, MJ Walker thought the ball had hit Steindl, but the Panamanian referee says no, it didn't.
There's that three by Milton Doyle. He catches it in rhythm.
It's a reliable shot.
It's a pretty looking stroke.
Here's Doyle again. Puts it up, and that's short. Then Steindl with the long rebound. Magnay, brute force, and he is blocked but fouled.
Well, the Jack Jumpers, they're renowned for their three-point shooting. They were the second in the NBL last season in three-point field goal attempts, and it's the way they're playing here. Again, they've had 24 field goal attempts, 16 of them from the three-point line, and they've, fortunately for them, made the last couple, so now they're 5 of 16. But, boy, they are really prepared to let it fly from the three-point line. Even when things aren't going that well, 2 of 11 they were at a stage. And continue
here we are, once again.
From the free throw line. Yeah, this is a bit of an adventure when Will Magnay goes to the free throw line. The technique is not bad, but 54% I think it was last season.
And he did just nail one from the corner.
Yeah, I think he feels more comfortable from the three-point line than he does from the free throw line. And I know one of the legends of the NBL, Derek Rucker, has been working with him in the off-season, trying to figure it out, and the form looks okay.
Oh, look at Burton getting it. Oh! And that was on the way down. They're going to count it.
Wow.
That was a good attempt, but I think they got that right. I'd like to see it again, though. Here it is. Well, you tell me. Ooh, I don't know, looking at that. It definitely hit its peak, but I'm not sure it was on the way down. So the bandage is on Dremick. He had to leave the game in the first quarter bleeding. Magnay skip pass to Dremick. Dremick gets in, and Jang gets him for the rebound, and in the end, it's ball batted out to Charlie Brown. Brown takes it all the way. Whistle blows. 2 free throws.
And what we've seen the last couple of possessions is more like we're expecting in just the ISO, the one-on-one, use their athleticism, make sure the floor is spread, and just get to the rim to try and finish or draw the foul. And that was the one. It's not there. It was down low.
Yep. That
Magnay gets called the whistle for it, and that's a good call.
There's Kirk Penny in the middle of the screen. To the right, Stephen Marbury, the official ambassador. Romain Sato in the blue blazer. So Penny and Sato, and also the FIBA president over there. You're pointing out to the right. Those guys are going to be joining you in the FIBA Hall of Fame. What year did you go in?
2013.
2013. You're a veteran.
Time flies because it doesn't feel that long ago, but yeah, huge honor.
You've ticked off quite a few honors, Andrew. I'm proud of. I can say I was in Sydney when you carried the flag into the stadium. I felt happy for you.
Yeah, well, there's not too many higher honors you can have in sport than.
Is that the highest honor that you received?
I think so. To be
playing
captain
for Australia and then carrying the flag. Yeah, for all the Australian athletes, not just the basketball team.
Yeah, to be captain of named captain of the entire Australian Olympic team, and particularly when it's on your home soil and you're there and you get to step into stadium in Australia, 115,000 people there, and introduce some of the greatest athletes your nation can produce, and be in that situation was a huge honor.
Okay, so again, Stephen Marbury, well, you know who they are. Kirk Penny, the sharpshooter. Sato, that incredible career that he had. Stojakovic as well.
With the Mo. What a career he had, both for his nation, but also in the NBA.
And with, NBA. One of the great shooters, especially with Sacramento.
We got some issues here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what this is. So they're going to go over to the commissioner's table. Is it a clock issue?
Yeah, I'm not sure if you have retrospectively the opportunity to review a goaltend. Can you do that?
Don't think so. They could have challenged it at
The only reason I
time.
say that is the referee signaled to his partners
But they can review a 3-point. They can review if there's a 3-pointer that was a foot on the line, but I don't think they can do the goaltending. That has to be on the spot. It's a coach's challenge.
We've got an audience.
If I got that wrong, I'm going to hear about it, by the way.
No, we've got an audience right throughout the world, but for Australian viewers who I know are watching this, that the review process is a lot different in FIBA than it is in the NBL. In the NBL, you're allowed to review a whole lot more than you can in FIBA rules.
I thought we were going to hear from him, but we didn't. So in the end, we'll just say it was a timeout until we find out otherwise.
Oh, come on.
Nice day out at the arena.
It was a review, and it's gone from 28 to 29. So they were reviewing a 3-point field goal attempt.
Okay. So it was the foot on the line.
And they get an extra point. United.
Well, they'll be happy about that. I can't remember which one it was. I can't remember which one it was that took it.
Yeah. Well, I know when they started the consultation on the bench, it was 28, and when they've come out of it, it's now 29. So, but anyway.
Now it's 30. So 7-point lead for G League United. Magnate. Oh, nice cut, but then another missed layup. This one by Doyle.
Late pass by Magnate. They've decided to send the double team now on Magnate, showing him respect on the box.
Brown back to Foster. Oh. And this time the block counts. Nice swat from the big fella.
And what a luxury it is to have when your defense breaks down, and with an attack on the rim, to have a rim protector like Magnate.
Foster. He's hit one turnaround. Not this time, but Toscano gets the rebound. Burton. Right over Tremick. And United looking tough. Up to 10 points, their lead.
They're white hot, 6 of 10 now from the 3-point line.
Brown slow to get up. Maybe a knee knock. So Jordan Crawford will go to the line. And Tremick is going back out of the game. Oh, yeah, it was a knee. The left knee.
They hurt.
On left knee.
That's Deontay Burton in the background.
Yeah, we could hear him.
Pitch right here, pitch right here.
He's very vocal. Both free throws made.
Yeah, he's got international experience as well. Burton played a couple of seasons in Korea. In fact, was the MVP in Korea at one stage. I should say the MVP of foreigners. They have 2 over there, but of the import players, he was the MVP. So he's had an interesting career.
So now they've called another
clock issue.
Yep, that's gone out a few times in this competition. So above the far backboard, I'm not sure if it's on the one in front of us as well, but so they need to fix the clock.
Indeed. And as we mentioned, a lot lot of these players do have NBA experience. You saw that last three by Burton. He's played 73 games in the NBA, so he's 71 of them with OKC Thunder.
Wow.
A couple with Sacramento. These interruptions really hurt your flow. And particularly if you're the G League, things are going well for you. You just want to try and milk it as much as you can. If anything, these disruptions, you sometimes don't mind if you're trailing.
So you think it's to the advantage of Jack?
Who knows?
It
but
could be.
It's one that helps snap momentum a little bit.
Good crowd here in the Singapore Indoor Arena. Fans having a good time watching proceedings. So the clock's back on. So that was about a 2.5 minute delay. Burton gets in and Tarangi rebounds.
Magnay won't get a stat for the block, but it was as good as a block.
Doyle's pass just a little too high for Magnay.
The idea was right.
Right.
It was Brown that was trying to front him. There was the mismatch, but just the pass by Doyle, a little too hard.
Here's Toscano, explodes. Oh, he gets rejected. Well, and that's going to lay it. Oh, and Jordan Crawford, it's like a completed pass and runs out of bounds rather than going in for the score. Boy, Magnay's, that was definitely his most impressive swat. Shot clock winding down. Tarangi off the back of the iron. And Magnay gets in there for the rebound, or knocks it over to Sword. Good job, Broderick Thomas, though, blocking it from behind.
Magnay's everywhere. Off the ball, this has happened.
And Crawford fouls
Not on your
Toscano.
screen. He just tried to step in front of him. Here's Magnay.
Look at this.
He's having an impact right now.
His head's not too far from hitting the rim when he goes up for that shot, for that block. Here's Burton. And this time he's pushed out of bounds by Tarangi. So that's the foul called on Ruben Tarangi, the New Zealand tall black. Three-point shot, and this time Brown misses. And Tarangi, though, doesn't. He tried to take off to the races. Brown's going to get another one, this time wide open, and he knocks it down. Excellent work from Brown and from the G League United. Biggest lead of the game, 11 points. And Doyle, under pressure, knocks it down. Broderick Thomas back outside. Burton, that's off. And then it goes off of Thomas.
Yeah, this whole stop-start nature of this game hasn't really been able to get into any type of flow. There's that funky shooting technique from the right ear.
Oh, look at that. How about Brown getting the steal again and then fouled by Crawford. Oh, Charlie Brown playing some great basketball. Both ends of the floor.
No, and we saw this against Kisma a couple of nights ago. He gets up and in, he's got good length and able to read it as well. Reaches in without fouling. good night.
That's the first.
It's up to 11 points. Excuse me, 12 points to lead the way for G-League United.
He had the joy of playing his college basketball in Philadelphia, St. Joseph's. It's called the Big Five, isn't it?
Yeah, it's real heartland of hoops.
And Magnay has it stolen, has it knocked away. Then he's guilty of the over and back. No, a foul called. So he was bungled over.
Well, it looked like he was diving for the loose ball. You'd love to see the hustle, the big fella prepared to sacrifice his body. And he gets away with the foul being called, and he's going to the free throw line, where it's the adventure continues. The trials and tribulations of Will Magnay at the free throw line.
They're good on that one.
And they all look good.
Yeah.
We got a tech, have we?
Oh, look at it. Oh, Toscano's been teed up.
We are right here, and I think the official misunderstood what Toscano was saying. It did not seem to be offensive in any way, shape, or form. We are on that baseline and heard that entire interaction. Maybe it's the accumulation of the build-up.
Yeah, he wasn't happy that they called the foul. And he had something to say about it, but I think he just kept talking. So anyway.
He's got to let it go.
Maybe he said something in Spanish and it was understood by the Panamanian.
Well, I don't understand Spanish, and I heard exactly what he said on that occasion, and it was nothing.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, what a finish by Dion Burton, and one.
That's just strength. Bully ball up against a real strong competitor. Tarangi just a little out of position, and the experience of Burton makes the most of it.
Three-point play is indeed his. So we're back to 11 points, the advantage. Doyle steps back. And good work, Magnay. Toscano, though, knocking away. He's a forced Toscano in there guarding Magnay. And offensive foul, the call.
It's going to be on Drimming. Just tried to help his teammate out too much. Gets called for the moving screen. Jack Jumpers team last season, middle of the pack when it comes to scoring. Yeah, but they're able to average 90 points a game, so this is low for them. We're 2 minutes remaining in this quarter. Only got 29 on the board.
Well, yep. United's intensity has been good on both ends of the floor, though.
Yeah, it has.
Burton getting into it. Here is Bowden, and the three-pointer. They've got their biggest lead in the game now, 14 points. Oh, nice pass to Magnay, who goes up, and it's blocked.
Wow. Love the aggression by Magnay, and equally good at the attempt to block it by Baker, I think it was. And unfortunately for him, he picks up his third. Did get a big chunk of the ball. Might have been more with the body is the reason they come up with that foul.
Yeah, certainly Hewitt's asking that very question right now. But 14 points the advantage. They have shot it. Ooh. The adventure. Well, that was a new bounced high off the rim and went in.
So
G League United so far have definitely played some good basketball. And he makes both free throws. So they're 8 of 14 from three-point range.
4 of 6 now for Will Magnay from the free throw line.
Thomas. And Magnay goes up and no. Didn't know if Tasmania was going to get the ball. They had some black jerseys around it, but here they are again trying to get a little bit of momentum here before halftime. Doyle for 3. And this time Thomas called for the foul on Doyle.
I've seen this a lot. Players closing out, getting into the landing space of the shooter. And Doyle's going to go to the line to shoot 3. See, that's a foul. You just can't take away his landing space. And the legendary coach Trevor Gleason, he always said with the right-hand shooters, you need to close out with your right hand and go by them on their right hand. That, he was with his left hand right down the middle, and as such, it makes it hard for the officials to ignore it.
Yeah.
They want to protect the shooters. And
I'd say more times than not, the foul is called these days on those shots if you're anywhere close.
Yeah, well, it's a foul.
Unless you fly past, like you say.
There's no doubt that's a foul. And because you've got to look after the players, and you're coming down, you're trying to land, and you run the risk of a Kawhi Leonard type twisting of the ankle.
Oh, Doyle, they got the right guy at the line, did Tasmania. So again, they trim the deficit down to 9. Here's Bowden. He's been good since coming in. He puts it up. There's Tarangi. Oh, and the foul on United.
Magnus looks like he's holding his head, which is a worry. Might be, is it Foster? Oh yeah, there it is.
Got him with the left hand.
Yeah, he certainly did.
Does that come into the inadvertent?
Yeah, there's absolutely no intent.
Yeah.
And just the arm comes down, gets in the way. Foster gets called for the foul. He's another interesting one. Didn't play college ball. He committed to Arizona State, but then turned away. And
I think that's what Foster's saying. It was an inadvertent hand to the face. But meanwhile, Magnay goes back to his
it doesn't matter if it's inadvertent.
Usual spot.
Yeah, if you get hit in the head.
Yeah.
But
sometimes they don't call it.
I think that one was a little hard. The way, particularly in more recent times when we become more acutely aware of how important it is to protect the head.
Ruben Taranga goes up, and good hands knocking it away, MJ Walker. And it goes back over. So they're creeping back into it. Tasmania down 8. They were trailing by 14. Is that Deion Burton saying adversity builds character?
I love it. I love the talk. It's a skill to be able to talk and encourage and communicate on the defensive end, offensive end, build morale, all that. Love it.
Let's see if we can hear Scott Roth.
We need a terror. We'll use it. Trim's going to bring it. We're going to run blast. Right when we come in, so we get a nice 2-for-1. All right? And we're going to go early, so if we blast across here, I don't mind. All right? Then wait early and slipping. All right? Don't pop back.
Who do you want to sit the chair?
You.
You set it and just go.
Yeah.
Just brush past and go.
Mag's going to hold the screen, though. But when you come on that, boom, into the rim. All right? Hey, finish the quarter out. Good job. Together, work together.
I think Tasmania will be happy with where they are right now. I mean, they could see that lead grow pretty quickly here, but
given the circumstances, they've been able to get it back to more manageable figures. Chance now to cut it to 6 or more.
Zimic hands it off to Doyle. Doyle steps back, puts it up, and great work, Sword, keeping it alive. Here's Drimmick, and just grazes the net.
It was like that. He was 0 of 5 yesterday from the three-point line, and every single one of them was short.
Yeah.
And that was an extreme example. When you're in that mode, he would know. He's already tonight had a look at a couple of 3 balls, and they've both been short again. When you know that they're regularly short, intentionally go a bit longer.
Right.
If you're going to miss a different way, and who knows, it might drop in, but you got to change your mindset a little bit when you've got this sample size of shots that have all been the same.
Yeah, yesterday and today. So Thomas now goes to the line, and now he's short.
From the free throw line, I believe that was an air ball.
No, you wouldn't take the same approach from the free throw line, would you? You need to be more like locked in on your normal routine.
Your free throw is different because it's 100% just repetition, routine. That one was short as well. They've got the roll off the front of the rim.
So the winner of this game will win the group and face Unicaja Malaga in the final game tomorrow. And the winner of that game will lift the FIBA Intercontinental Cup. So 6-second differential on the game clock and the shot clock here at the end of the first half. Doyle. Ooh, great catch by Tarangi. He saves it in bounds, but right to Dion Burton. Burton takes it in, and Steindl knocks it out, so they've still got another chance.
I want to have a talk about it. Draw up a play. Their 1.4 second play, which is time you can catch and shoot easily.
Well,
you could even take a dribble.
As Dion Burton says, adversity builds character. I mean, they've come out. It was an 8-point game. Now it's 9. They get another stop, and they've got a chance to pad the lead again.
Right here. Let's get Jordan Fowler taking the ball out. Mike, you're here. Burton, okay, Burton right here. Who else I got? MJ right here. Okay? Just setting that screen. MJ just flash way up here. You got the lob for Giante. And then we got Broderick curling into the shot right here. Got it? Okay, 2. So you're setting that screen. Go lob to Giante that's there, and then set a screen and get Broderick open right here. Yep. Let's go defense on 3. 1, 2, 3. Defense.
Well, I think it's that recognition. I mean, these guys have come out here focused in this tournament, united team. And again, it's not to speak disparagingly of the Ignite last year, but again, you can see the difference. These guys have come here determined to really go after it, you know. And here they are with a decent lead. They inbound it. It goes out of bounds off of Thomas. They had the look. There's only 0.3 seconds left. Nope, not even going to try it. So that's the end of the first half. And G League United looking good. I think a lot of people were talking Tasmania as favorites before this game, but they are down at halftime. It's 44-35, NBA G League United on top of Tasmania.
Well, they came out and they've improved. They've improved their field goal percentages from game 1. They're up to 42%, but most importantly from the three-point line, 7 of 20 from the three-point line. And for the JackJumpers, it's just been disastrous. 9 of 33, 27%. Very difficult to win games of basketball at this level when you're only shooting it at 27%. And the three-point line has not been kind of them. They've whacked up 19 three-point field goal attempts and made 5 of them.
So Charlie, coming to this game, you knew that you were playing a tougher and much more physical opponent. Were you able to turn up the intensity in the first half?
Can you say that one more time? I'm sorry.
How were you able to turn up the intensity in the first half?
Just having high energy, coming out knowing what the game plan is and executing the game plan. You know, coach talked about our big components are rebounding, pushing the floor, and just containing our man. So I think I try to do that to the best of my ability, and it's worked off.
And your coach mentioned before the game that you guys are playing with a lot of pride, representing the US and G League. Is this also what makes the difference for you guys?
Yeah, you know, coming in, we know we was gonna be the overdog and the underdog. You know, nobody gonna believe in us. And I heard that, you know, the United team never won a tournament like this, so we come in here to make a difference.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So here are the highlights. 44-35 and G League United coming out and really getting it done. But it's a half of basketball, but I have to say, you like the focus, you like everything about it, the intensity.
Well, there's not a lot to like if you're a JackJumpers fan. 12 turnovers, 27% from the field, and only 26%, 5 of 19 from the three-point line. There is not a lot to like other than Will Magnay and what he's been able to do on the defensive end, protect the rim. So you can only see upside for the JackJumpers. They are far better than what we've seen here in this clunky first half. A lot of stops and starts with some interruptions.
I'll give you a positive. Milton Doyle.
Yeah, he's one of them.
16 points.
Yeah,
2 of 4.
He's carried him. He's carried him offensively. I'm talking more about the collective than the individual, and that's what it's going to take. And United, they've been feisty. They're playing with a lot of spirit, and they're shooting the ball. They were poor from the three-point line, 21% in game 1.
It's a different face today.
After that first-up performance, they've looked a lot sharper.
And also, bearing in mind what you say now, this Tasmania team played yesterday, and maybe it's going to be even harder for them in the second half.
Well, maybe, but I dare say Scott Ruff's not going to be happy with what he saw in that first half.
He's going to light into him?
He's going to provide them with strategic advice on what they also need to do, what they want to do. But the thing that would be annoying him the most is, yeah, you have nights where you don't shoot it all that well, but 12 turnovers in a half of basketball. Credit United for a lot of the things that they've been doing, but that is too many.
No, it is. So G League United showing a good face, and who knows if they win this game and go on to face Unicaja Malaga. You know these guys are going to be fired up for that one, but a long way to go before this one's settled. It is G League United up 43-34 on Tasmania at halftime.
So, from the beginning of the game, Coach Scott mentioned that winning wasn't everything. It wasn't the most important. It was more about taking off internal goals. How do you analyze the team's performance so far?
Well, I think it's just a great game for us to play. You know, we played Melbourne United first game of the season, and we know how physical and challenging they are. And this G League team is exactly like that, physical, athletic, and so it poses some challenges for us. And we're going to figure some second things out here in the second half, right, to move forward with.
Thank you. Yes.
So borrowing on the theme from the coach, Scott Roth at the first, you know, it's kind of preparation.
Man.
The win isn't as important, but I think it is. I mean,
Of course it is, and like I said, once the ball goes up, you want to win. And Mark Radford there having the duties to deal with the media, which suggests that Scott might be a little angry, and just thought it's best that someone else handle the halftime.
So you coached Melbourne, right? That was one in Sydney?
I've coached Melbourne right now in the NBL 1, which is the second
But
division.
how do you like doing those halftime interviews if you're losing?
If you're losing and things aren't going quite well, you've got to bite your tongue a little bit. And but you always want to be respectful and give something back to the, you know, at the end of the day, you're there because of the fans. And anytime you can get some fan engagement, let them know what's going on, you embrace that. But
I have to say, no, Andrew is like a man that people want to get photos with and to shake his hand.
Well, not always.
You don't get much time to yourself, do you? When you go out to the in the morning to get the newspaper, somebody out there to agree, hey, how you doing? Can I get a selfie with you?
No, not at all. I'm one of the lucky ones, and it's a privilege to be here.
Well, you are in the FIBA Hall of Fame. You know, you don't have to be self-deprecating.
No, it's a tremendous honor, and it's going to be great tonight. There's a big function on the middle of this court. They're going to bring a whole stage. And
that's right. After the next game, there'll be like 2 hours before the Hall of Fame ceremony, and it will be broadcast on, I think it'll show on YouTube. So you'll see the likes of Peja Stojakovic, Romain Sato, Kirk Penny, Miao Leiji, the Chinese legend, numerous players and coaches.
Yeah, over the years, there's coaches, players, teams, administrators.
Your dad.
They're
Man,
all,
you guys own the Hall of Fame.
Well, they're all very important parts of the entire basketball ecosystem, and it's great that FIBA do a fantastic job of recognizing the history and making sure that some of the names are there for eternity.
That's right.
Oh, it was a tech foul at
So,
halftime.
I don't know what was said.
Must have been.
It's the second technical.
Yeah.
Oh, who was? Toscano was looking like, why have they called this? I'm just trying to look back and see.
Yeah, well, we didn't see it. It might have been when they were walking
Michael
off.
Foster Jr. got one. Okay, so he was saying something.
That was when would have been when he was walking off, and it's his fourth. Unless it happened just when they were walking out now, but I didn't see anything.
That's his fourth foul.
That's his fourth foul, I think. Or third.
Just looking right here.
Third
foul.
Excuse me.
Yeah, but still costly. You don't want to pick up your third foul. Because also Baker has foul issues, although in the grand scheme of things, the way they're playing.
They're the two bigs. They run the 5 spot for this.
Those other guys have been playing some good D down low.
Oh, absolutely.
There's Jordan Crawford rather, excuse me, putting it up and knocking down the 3. So 4 quick points for Tasmania. They've cut it to 5.
Yeah, couldn't ask for a better start for the JackJumpers.
Can you see smoke coming out of the ears of Scott Roth over there from his halftime talk?
Well, if they did, they're a little bit more comfortable right now.
That was fortunate that was not a turnover. Here's Charlie Brown for three. And good job, Drimmick. Gordon travels.
Tried to get there a little too quick and picked up his pivot foot before that ball hits the floor.
I think anytime you're kind of challenged physically the way that Tasmania were at halftime, I'm sure that Roth had something to say about that.
Wow.
But there is Brown.
What
Impressive
a
finish, and hopefully he's okay. He's holding his head.
Magnate contested the shot at the rim.
He had that knee knock early on in the first half where he went down. Yeah, so he's up now. It seems like he's okay.
He's up to 14 points now, 4 of 6 from the field. He's been good.
He has been. Charlie Brown. Doyle. Chasing him, but getting the long rebound. A lot of rebounds of the long rebound variety today for Tasmania. Here's Doyle again. They're going to give it to him, so he's going to take it, but not make it. Toscano hustles. Great job. Falls over the letting and onto the floor in front of the bench, or into the bench of Tasmania. And the crowd appreciates the hustle of Toscano. Look at this again. What do you think?
And I love it. Love the energy, the effort. And if anyone thinks, do these guys care about the result, there's an example of how desperate they are and how much they're prepared to put the body on the line. Ruben Tarangi just got out of the way in time.
Well, remember what Toscano said, you know, hoping to get a contract. I mean, that's the kind of thing you want to see as a coach. Maybe Scott Roth will sign him after this. Nice, look at that. You got to get up quickly and does not get it off in time. Crawford. Are those 24-second shot clock violations or 14-second shot clock violations the most frustrating for a coach?
Well, they are. Sometimes you take your hat off to the opponent. Sometimes defense is just forces you into those tough shots. But right now, things just look a little they've just been clunky for the Jackies.
There's Brown. Oh, boy, he is on fire. He is playing. Goodness me. You see why he's got some NBA experience. Doyle driving in, getting two of them right back.
And right back at him, and you can see why he has some NBA experience as well, Milton Doyle.
By the way, that was a very Australian thing that you said, the Jackies. Okay.
They gotta get over the center line.
They do. Deontay Burton, and then hands it off, but into the hands of Drimmick. Here goes Ding. He's going to go in for the dunk, and he is fouled. That's 4 on Foster if it's on him. He's going to have to come out.
They bring in Baker, but he's carrying 3 as well.
3. So Foster will be regretting that technical that he got. So Ding was not that impactful in the first half and found himself over on the bench for most of it. I think he wants to come out and play a better version of himself.
Well, the free throw line's been kind to the JackJumpers. 15 of 19 now. United, they've only been there 9 times, 6 of 9.
Oh. Ding taking one for the team there that time. And his teammates like, don't talk. They've been calling technicals. We don't need any additional. Look at this. Yep. Oh.
And just out of position.
Well, when somebody like Deion Burton is coming at you like that, it's kind of hard to, he's kind of shifty, isn't he? Which way is he going?
He is, and he's athletic, powerful. Given the shooting problems the JackJumpers have had, that
to be down by 6 is not a bad. Yeah, we were saying that in the first half, weren't we? But he makes another one. But Brown has definitely been excellent for the G League United. Here's Doyle again. I guess blocked from behind. But Brown.
Brown's everywhere at the moment. That's what happens when you see your offense start falling. It motivates you in other areas of the game as well.
Well, it was unfortunate for Toscano. Toscano, he was playing good D, but just kind of his momentum carried him into Milton Doyle. He goes and helps him up.
Well, he's got 3 fouls as well, and it's also the 3rd team foul.
He doesn't want to come out, but I tell you what, these other guys have earned some minutes. Bowden, I thought, played pretty well in the first half, so it's good to see him back in there. Oh, Magnay throws it right into the hands of Burton. Nice give and go, and Burton gets in. He gets blocked, gets it back, stays with it.
Jump ball called.
Wow.
On the first shot. Magnay again. Just the presence around the rim, and it was a jump ball because they said he landed with it as well. There's Magnay, so they call a jump ball, and the possession arrow was going the way of the G League.
Thomas back outside to Baker. Looks good. The bigs can shoot it for United. Excellent. Back up to a 10-point lead. Dang, gets it, bounce pass. Back outside, Doyle. Burton drives. Oh boy, he just.
Drimmick was
too good.
Was on an island there. The defense really spread. No secret about what he's going to do. And need to have a little bit more help.
Got to appreciate the hard-nosed play of Dion Burton, but a nice response. Can't trade baskets though. There's Brown hustling, trying to save possession. He does. Good work. Baker, another, and that is the result, the 3-pointer for the extra work from Charlie Brown.
Well, the big fella comes in and knocks down a couple of threes. He's earned a bit more respect. Got to carry a hand. Someone needs to run at him. Oh.
Doyle, hand to the face. Good D from United. Dion Burton, good box out. So still a long way to go, but no signs of lack of focus from this G League United team. They mean business tonight. Magnay.
That'll count if it had fallen. Here's that play you're talking about.
It was Thomas that was on the ground, not Brown, excuse me. I got to give credit where it belongs. So that was the extra effort from Thomas.
Magnay, Baker had already hit one, and that time, Will Magnay said, you need to make another one before I'm going to hard close out, and he paid the price.
Well, great work so far for the G League United. They still lead, or they lead rather by 13. Tasmania. Tassie, is that how you would say it?
You can use it. Tassie is an abbreviation.
They're going to call the timeout.
Burton is a driver. The other ones are shooting 3 balls and our hands are down. We got to creep to the 3-point line and guard the 3-point line and then get them into our areas.
Hey, Craig, you go there. Check it out. Check it out.
And congratulations, Charlie is our winner.
Let's come in and pack Euro.
Presenting him with a brand new pair
JC.
of sunglasses.
Ruben, you're in first. JC, you're over the top. Mags is going to have it. When we punch it in, Curl and high. Chicken, you're coming off. When he comes past your shoulder, Ruben, you're diving on the switch. All right, pack Euro. Together, 1, 2, 3, together.
Here's the play again. Baker with the 3. So he hit, I guess, was he credited for 2 threes? 3, 4, yeah, I guess so. One didn't register yet. There's, well, one thing we can say is that we have seen Magne at the line a lot.
Yeah.
Which just kind of illustrates how he has to master this. Because, again, he is going to get his opportunities.
Yeah, and one of the things that's really improved in Will Magne's game is his ability to stay out of foul trouble. Because he's contesting a lot, there's been many games where he's been limited because of foul trouble, but he's doing a much better job of that of late.
Thomas. Dremick over to Crawford. 58-47. Long way to go in this one. It's an 11-point lead. But again, this G League United team is supremely focused right now. And they pick it up just in the nick of time, and they get a foul. Wow. 3.3 seconds on the shot clock.
And the problem now is they've got to play this last 4 minutes, and all these fouls are going to be sending the Tasmania JackJumpers to the free throw line.
Was he shooting a 3 there? Or was that a...
No, it was just on the pass.
A reach.
Yeah, just in the reach in.
Okay, they're going to look at something here.
Whether it's a clock issue, maybe.
Do you like having the video replay now, as long as it's not too long of a...
As long as it's quick.
Yeah.
And sometimes we can get a little bogged down. It's always difficult. Right now, we have no idea what they're actually looking at.
Yeah, usually, yeah, we don't have them mic'd up, unfortunately. Okay. Oh, they're challenging it to see whether or not it was out of bounds possibly.
Well, it wasn't.
Oh, no, he's going up.
Was that a pass or a shot? See, there's still plenty of time. There's over 3 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Oh, 2. They've just judged that he was in the act of shooting.
Wow, so they do give him the 2. Yeah, I thought he was passing as well, looking at
yeah.
that, but anyway. I think they called, because they called, maybe when they looked at it, they're like, oh, he wasn't shooting, but
well, either way,
he was on the, yeah.
Either way, he was going to the free throw line, because
okay,
they're in the bonus anyway.
So it's irrelevant.
Whether it was
a 3 or a 2.
or a 2.
Yep. So they keep hanging around. Next to first.
This has been really good from the free throw line from the JackJumpers. Oh, they are giving him 3.
Yeah, I thought they held up the 2 fingers.
So did I.
Yeah. So the Jackies are more than happy to be at the line shooting 3.
Well, we've still got a quarter and 4 minutes remaining, and they've been to the free throw line 24 times.
Maybe that's their way back into it. He's got to hurry up, and he's going to get across midcourt. Boy, he did get it over just in time. Thomas. And Thomas drives in, scores with the left hand.
Well, you heard in that last time out, Scott Roth talking about Burton and saying he's a driver. And as we mentioned, trying to get a little bit more help. That was another example of it.
Sword in the game. Koslovic as well. And now an offensive foul.
Krislovic coming up and setting the on-ball screen. And it was the rolling action, I think, that where he got pinged for the foul.
Thomas puts it up, and Krislovic with the rebound. Crawford. Steindl, that's what they've been looking for. Oh, and Krislovic not able to hold on to it. It was Brown that knocked it out of his hands. Well, they definitely wanted Steindl shooting that.
Oh yeah, it was a good pass to find him.
And Bowden missing from the arc. It's gonna be Krislovic. He's got to go up. He does, and well short. Brown to the corner. Bowden goes up for the dunk and misses. Now it leads to a break for Crawford, who pulls up. Well, that's a 5-point swing right there.
It certainly is. That was an aggressive attack on the rim.
Well, I think the crowd wants to see it. And
gee, how's that not a foul?
And now up to Crawford again. Has to put it up. The defense affects the shot, and there is, Krislovic had the easy putback and somehow conspired to miss it.
Huh.
Brown for three. Oh, Tassie riding their luck a little bit here.
They do, and just looking for little signs, and Krislovic just misses a wide open guard layup, just fearing defense that wasn't there.
Yeah, I think the amount of layups
Look at him.
that Taz have missed, you add them up, they'd be leading right now.
There's an attempted dunk. Oh my glory, Phil Days. That is some elevation.
That was.
Unfortunately, wasn't able to.
He'll be disappointed he didn't get that one down. He's going to stay in the game. Burton comes back in. Would you say it's a smallish? Oh no, Foster's come back into the game as well, and Toscano. So this is an explosive game, explosive team rather, that's come into the game now for G League United. But yeah, definitely the free throw line is helping Tasmania.
21 of 25.
That's not bad shooting, is it, Tex?
Well, that's a lot of opportunities from the free throw line.
And that's also a good percentage.
Oh, it is. It's outstanding percentage. And G League probably will be using that as and asking some questions why they've only been there 11 times.
Yeah, we thought maybe they should have gone on a recent trip. Here's Burton and reaching in. Oh, look at this. Doyle, is he going to be able to finish? No, he's not. Good hustle back by Dion Burton.
Right.
Excellent work for Burton. Now Toscano. Sword sticking with him. Bowden, the turnaround.
Wow.
Of all the players that you would have thought would have put it away, it would have been Doyle. But it's just another example of the effort of United getting back on defense.
Well, you called the 5-point play. That was a 4-point play the other way.
4-point swing, yeah. Here's Steindl. That's it. That's what he's out there for. May as well make him. It's a 4-point game. Dion Burton. Oh, he got off just in time. Gets the backboard. Well, all things considered, we've said this a few times tonight. Tasmania somehow are in this game. They're down 4 points with 10 minutes remaining.
It's a typical Tasmania game. They hang around. They never quit.
62-58, G League United on top of Tasmania. 10 minutes remaining.
Jordan Crawford's been a big part of keeping that scoreboard ticking over for the JackJumpers. And
the points off turnovers still hugely in favor of G League United, though. 21 points off turnovers compared to 5 for Tasmania, yes, which is kind of indicative of how they've been playing, the United. I mean, defensively,
yeah, spot on
turnovers.
And they got a couple of big threes from Bacon coming in, and the big fella knocking it down. And between the Jordan Crawford and Milton Doyle show, Doyle has got the 21 points and Crawford with the 17 in a real grinded out game for them offensively.
I think where you got to give Tasmania credit is how they've really crashed the boards.
Yeah, they've done a good job in that area. They lead that category 41 to 28. And they're going to need every bit of that. And you just start to sense the tide slowly turning. And they've been getting cheap baskets from the free throw line. Now, you've got to be good enough to knock them down, which they have. But when you're struggling to score from the field, earning your way to the free throw line, and some of that's because of the G League and their aggressive defense. They got that bonus, had to play the last 4 and a bit minutes in the bonus, and the Jackies took advantage of it and worked their way to the free throw line.
Well, I think the G League United realize they're in a game here. That I mean, Tasmania somehow have, again, they've kept it close by not playing great basketball, though they were better in that third quarter.
Much better.
Let's see if they can continue. Look at Toscano reach in, take it away. Oh, my. Gets it back. They'll be disappointed if they don't come away with points here. But we've seen that a few times today, the G League United getting the steal.
It's a late call. I think it's going to be on the shot. It is. Really late call. But I think it was there. Ruben Tarangi, the foul.
For Burton, Toscano, and Brown, defensively, you have got to be careful with them because they will definitely take it away from you.
It's Tarangi's 4th personal foul as well.
So that's not good for Tasmania. I'm guessing they realize he has 4 fouls. So they do get 1 point to add after the turnover. Krislovic hands it off to Steindl. They know that he can shoot it. Sword drives in.
Good drive by Sword, but he should have shot it with his left. Tried to come back to his right.
Charlie Brown from downtown. Well, whether it's, I mean, his stroke looks a little different, but it's going in. Back up to an 8-point advantage. Steindl for 3. Misses. Krislovic with the rebound, and then Burton ties him up. And it's going to be G League United basketball.
You see the shooting technique from the right shoulder. Good follow through. The rest of the mechanics are not too bad.
Ooh, Charlie Brown, little Euro step. Ooh, and good job, Krislovic with the rebound.
Again, really good slip out of the back screen. Good pass by Krislovic as well. He can do that. He sees the floor really well. He's one of their better passers for a big man.
Doyle inbounds it.
Oh, dear.
To Ding and over and back. Cheap turnover. 8:19 remaining. Scott Roth not enjoying that sequence.
Well, they have been better. They got 18 for the game, but they had 12 of those coming in the first half. So it's a little better than what they've seen, but that's just an inexcusable one at this stage of the game.
Burton, oh, unlucky. Great move. Burton's got 11 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Steindl gets it to Ding with a little spin. Krislovic drives in and still won't drop a Ding with the rebound. Good rim protection from United. And then Steindl gets it back, hands it off.
Oh, my, comedy of errors.
Yep, Foster reached in. I think Steindl was like, I'm not gonna be able to get this up over these guys.
We had a layup.
Ding, spins, turns, scores, and is fouled. Wow.
Wow, we had back-to-back turnovers. And eventually it ends with this play down low with Majuk Deng. That's good touch, going to his right.
Krislovic goes out and Magne is back in, and there is the determination. So Ding is at the line and a chance to cut it back to a 5-point deficit. And he does, and the free throws continue to drop for the Jackies. Starting to feel like an Australian myself. Good eye, Andy.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Here's, behind the back, Showtime traveling on Foster.
Now this is where the advantage, although they trail it by 5, tips slightly towards the JackJumpers, because you're talking about a G League team that hasn't played together for very long at all, and they would not have the depth of their half-court sets to know how to get to certain people in certain stages when the game's on the line.
Crawford, tough shot. Oh my! And he makes it. And this is as close as they've been since the start of the game. It's a 3-point deficit, and the JackJumper fans, they could be jumping for joy here pretty soon. Here's Deontay Burton, and good rim protection from Doyle. Now Sword. And Crawford, he would have tied it with that. Ding with the long rebound. Sword drives in, and there is Doyle, and it's a 1-point game. And Paul Hewitt calls timeout. So this is you've seen the Jackies play like this before. It's been a struggle, and they just keep after you, and next thing you know, they're right there.
Well, they grind it out, and now only trail it by 1. And that
should be 66-65.
Those last 2 possessions are an example of it. You saw a no-pass offense, just Burton trying to bully his way to the basket. But down the other end, it was a little bit more sophistication in the offensive set. And they come up with a good scoring option.
Jordan, Charlie, Deontay, Juan. Okay? Jordan, there's a screen right here for Rob. Okay? Hit him. Get out, lift up. Now, Charlie, after you hit him.
Wait, Rob, catch it as low as you can, bro. As low as you can.
As soon as you hit him, go get Deontay. Hey, go get Deontay. DHL Deontay, get down here. Let's go, defense on the
They're going for Deontay Burton, though. We know the end of it, and it's about getting downhill, which clearly they're going to get through a little bit more action as we see Crawford with the high arcer. Now, when you when you're built his size, you come to know that you've got to know how to shoot the high archer, because you have to deal with that a lot throughout your entire career.
That was Doyle after the shot. He got hit in the face, but he'll take the bucket. Yeah, I think he's had a few high arcers in his career, hasn't he, Mr. Crawford? So let's see how they respond. And yeah, let's don't forget the behind-the-back pass from Toscano right on the hands of Foster, but he traveled. So there have been some opportunities that G League United haven't taken advantage of. Dante Burton. Toscano has it, gets it to the corner. Bowden for three. And Dang with the rebound. And now a chance for Tazzy to take the lead. Crawford tries to get it to Sword in the corner. Good defense from Burton, playing hard.
They're playing off Crawford, trying to get him the ball off that staggered screen. Why wouldn't you? He's got 19 points. He's 4 of 8 from the three-point line. Perfect from the free throw line at 5 of 5.
Oh, timeout. I thought they were going to make a substitution. So 5:44 remain. Well, to be honest, I guess the game has lived up to the hype. We thought this was going to be the best one, and it's turned out to be.
Well, we've got here in unconventional manners, and Jackie's trailed by as much as 14.
Doyle's underneath. Stay high, Joe. We're going to come up. And you're going to come off chicken, Adam, and off the backside. You're coming this way, and chicken, you're diving. Wait for him. Wait for him to get high enough so when you step to him, you're off. When he passes your shoulder, you're on the rim. Mags into the corner. Sit and guard.
So this will be the go-ahead bucket if they score.
And I think it's an indication of how important Scott Roth sees this particular possession. Although we're 5 minutes and 44 seconds remaining, he calls a timeout because a go-ahead basket, it changes the mindset. Oh, hello.
Get it. Well, you got to love that coming out of the timeout, getting an inbounds pass under the basket. Although that's almost unforgivable defensively to give that up. So the Jackies have taken the lead. Ooh, and Thomas goes down.
Gee, a lot of contact on Thomas.
Sword catches the pass, goes in, scores, and they do blow the whistle at this end. And Roth is looking for an unsportsmanlike. Not sure about that.
Now, the landing was really hard, but I don't think it's that was a legitimate play on the ball. It just, unfortunately, his legs got underneath him, and he wasn't able to land the landing. But strong finish nonetheless.
Look at this.
Now the swinging arm might.
I don't think so.
No, I think it was a play.
I think it's just a normal foul.
Well, they're going to review
Let's
it.
have a look here, right here. No, that's just a normal. I mean, he was going for the ball, and then his follow-through got him.
No, I don't think
that's my prediction.
I don't think there was an intent, but anytime you see that arm coming down when a player is in the air,
they could call it.
I'm not so sure.
They could call it as
an unsportsmanlike
violent action or a hard.
It's a foul where you excessive contact foul.
Right, excessive contact. That's what I'm looking for, rather than violent. So definitely going for the ball. But
it's just the action, though. Yeah. He's just trying to reach out for the ball. Comes up short.
Yeah, from that standpoint, it looks worse.
I think that this is going to be
upgraded.
Yeah.
And then if there's nothing in the second action.
Sword has come in, and
The crowd saw it.
the numbers don't jump off the page, but the last 2 possessions he's had those plays on the rim. He's 2 of 6. He's got 7 points. And he's already logged 19 minutes, but he's been effective on the defensive end. Stuff that you're not necessarily going to see on the stat page. But the help, the ball pressure, the rebounding. He's got a couple of those. For a guy who only played 8 or 9 minutes last night, he's come out and given them a spark.
Okay, here we are. Let's see what they're going to decide. They keep it as a normal.
Wow.
I thought that was the right call, but I could see where they could have upgraded it.
Absolutely.
With this, because of the swing.
Yeah. Now he was just swinging to try and reach for try and block the shot, but you are swinging. And
We'll find out. We'll go to the hotel and ask the guys, because that'll be. It's always an interesting conversation with the referees. So he doesn't make the free throw. He had plenty of time to collect himself, and it's a 3-point lead now for Tasmania. Charlie Brown goes right at Maggs. 2 free throws. And boy, look at Maggs. He came off worse on that one.
Zhuk Ding having a chat to the official. He claims that there was a raised elbow on the action.
Watch this.
You see the switch right there. Oh, he did crack him with the left again. And it's not in.
He's bringing,
Yeah, it was not intentionally trying to hit Will Magnay in any way, shape, or form.
So the first one is good for Brown.
He leads the scoring with 21.
He's been excellent. He's been really good today, Charlie Brown. He's back to a 1-point game. So the Jackies soared. Big minutes here at the end of the game. Now Magnay is down low. He leans in. Does not score. Good move, but here comes Toscano. Thomas missing it from deep. I'm feeling kind of nervous. 4.5 minutes remaining. Crawford will not be shy about putting it up. No, it goes off the hands of Ding. But that was a good play. Scott Ross says, hey, you know what? We're running the play. I'm not going to be mad at you.
And he goes back to a familiar face. Anthony Drimming coming in for Craig Sword.
Good minutes from Sword, though. He plays hard. That's the one thing that we've learned from him in this FIBA Intercontinental Cup. Nice addition to the team. Charlie Brown picks up the dribble. Magnay harassing Thomas. Shot clock winding down. Thomas slips down. Tries to get it to Toscano, but goes out of bounds. Unfortunate.
They are the breaks of the game. Wet spot on the floor.
Yeah, they want to wipe that up if they can get a towel. Mop man's going to go out. Okay.
Thomas just couldn't keep his feet. Did nothing wrong. Good aggressive drive.
Deion Burton's coming in for Toscano. That must be a tough decision. Bringing Toscano out for Burton, but then again, you need to have Burton out there, don't you?
That's right. He's got some calls to make, and like I said, when you haven't really got established roles, who you go to in crucial moments, it's a bit random.
Crawford. Oh, a little spin, a little dipsy-do, but he misses. And Baker there for the rebound. Thomas. Oh, they're saying the ball's wet. They want to dry the ball off? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why they just don't get a new one. Unlike the old days where the genuine leather balls that you wanted a nice broken in one and it can vary from ball to ball, but now with the different fabrics they use, it doesn't make much difference.
No.
Throwing another ball feels exactly the same.
Well, timeout. Taz have, this thing is hanging in the balance. 3:26 remaining, and Paul Hewitt wants to talk it over.
Driver, get set in the screen. Charlie, right here. As soon as you throw it in, Jordan, you're cutting through hard. So you might have a cut. Robert. You're ghosting out of here and go get Broderick on a pin down. So Charlie, this right-hand job's not going to be available. Let's go, defense on three. 1, 2, 3, defense.
Yeah, I'm doing it great.
Well, this game tipped off at 1 o'clock local time. It's now 2:53. It's so dark in here, it feels like it's nighttime, doesn't it?
No, that's right. And it's perhaps taking a little longer because of just the volume of free throws.
Look at nice. Look at the JackJumper fans coming out to support the team. Hey, honey, why don't we go fly to Singapore and watch the Jackies? I mean, it is a nice destination. Anyway, here is good defense. Drummond picks it up, goes the other way.
Wow.
Excellent hustle back by Burton, but I bet Dremick wishes he had that pass back. Burton to Baker. You got to watch Baker as well because he can fill it up from deep. Brown. And Baker, or rather Bowden, jumped too soon. Under 3 minutes. Still feeling a little bit nervous here in my seat watching this one. Not sure how this is going to finish. The winner to face Unicaja Malaga in the final. Milton Doyle missing.
Oh, this is a real grind.
Crawford steps back, puts it up. Count it! The big three! Oh, they gave it 2 in the end. Oh, no, I think they gave him 3.
Yeah, was it?
Burton. Oh, and he gets blocked. Baker blocked by Maggs. Jackie's making some plays here late. And there is Doyle, tries to hand it off to Magnay, who's able to pick it up. Crawford travels or steps out of bounds. Yep, turns it over.
See, the difference between these two teams, you look at the JackJumpers right now, they know that Doyle and Crawford are their go-to guys. The other guys are working for them, creating shots. Now, this is a tough one, and he did get behind, and that is a tough, tough finish by Crawford. He has been on fire. 5 of 9 from the three-point line, and then Magnay does what he's supposed to do on the defensive end with a hellacious block.
Oh my! And Charlie Brown goes up for the dunk, is blocked, but gets to the free throw line.
Magnay going at him again.
Boy, he's taking some knocks today. He is slow to get up. Hopefully, it looks like he's holding his ankle. Get the trainer out there.
Scott Roth is looking, he wants to review the call. I didn't think in FIBA rules you can review fouls. You can in the NBL.
No, you can't here.
Yeah. Did look like Magnay had a lot of the ball, but the body is the area.
He's definitely kind of presented himself as a real shot blocker in this Intercontinental Cup, hasn't he?
Roth is signaling he wants to review. Now, he may not be aware that
he's not allowed to.
Yeah, that it's FIBA rules, not NBL rules.
Look at this.
No, that's a foul.
Yeah, he got him on the arm.
No, that's a foul. Even if it was NBL,
that'd be a foul.
That'd
be a wasted challenge. That was a hammer. We'll have to ask him what he was talking about. So they're just waiting. So I think Brown has to come out, and they're going to bring in another free throw shooter since Brown was slow to get up.
Yeah. They're bringing Bowden, who
he's played a lot tonight.
And last season in.
He's got 7 points tonight. This is his first free throw, though.
Well, he's a 79%
from the
free throw shooter last season.
There he is. Let's have a look. Are they going to count this?
Well, he blew the whistle, so yes, they.
Jordan Crawford said it doesn't count because you blew the whistle.
Well, it's a valid point. If you blow the whistle, the play's dead. Now,
it's just funny how we can hear so
did
clearly.
He blow the whistle before the shot, though?
He definitely did. Yeah.
One.
Oh, they're going to count it?
They're going to count it.
Wow. I think they got a break there. Well, he misses the second one. Who knows? He might have ended up making one of two anyway, but it's a three-point game. And the three doesn't drop, but McNay with the rebound. McNay backing his way. Oh, travels. Good D.
That's a big stop. Trailing by 3, a minute and a half to go.
Could have an overtime game tonight. Free basketball.
Short comes back in. And he's coming back in because for defensive purposes.
Thomas gets it across midcourt. Sword is picked. Toscano keeps it strong. Passes back outside. Thomas ties it! Huge shot, Broderick Thomas.
Good find by Toscano. Drew the defense.
Here's Crawford. Is he going to put it up? Would not be surprised. He does indeed. He puts his team back up. Boy, talk about closer. Crawford is the closer in this game, it looks like.
Not afraid of the moment. Took it in, outsized, and nice touch. Gets into the middle of the paint. Gets the defense off balance and good enough to make it. Terrific game by Jordan Crawford.
Well, Crawford after that, 22 points. 24 points. Slow to update.
Little fella's also got 6 rebounds.
So we got Juan, Deontay, Robert, hey, I'm sorry, Robert Blake right here. You're coming off looking for it, you got him, go. It's not Juan, you're screening for Robert, you're screening for Robert, bring him, it's right here. You can have a downhill attack. Let's go, defense.
No timeout, defense. Come on, no timeout.
Well, coming right down to the wire here, the winner again of this game will face Unicaja Malaga tomorrow in the final. Unicaja Malaga winning both of their games.
And if that is the JackJumpers, they will have again another disadvantage tomorrow because that'll be their 3rd game in a row.
Yeah. Look at Crawford. It's beautiful.
It's like a push shot from the free throw line.
Well, Thomas just hit one. Let's see if he's going to put it up again. Being guarded by Sword. Gets it out to the corner, and Baker is a good shooter. Gets the long rebound. Here's Thomas from the wing. That would have been a potential 4-point play if he had made it. But now he gets the benefit of the call and goes to the line.
Never found a 3-point shooter. Good closeout. Did it right hand. Goes by him, but gets too much arm.
So Thomas taking center stage here. Just hit a game-tying three. Here he is with a chance to put his team in front. If he makes all 3 free throws, he gets the first one to drop.
Well, you had a practice one. You're not allowed to do that.
JackJumpers fans.
You're not allowed to do that. At the very least, it should be a delay of game warning.
All right.
He was short on the first one and just rolled in, and he was even shorter on the second.
So he makes the third, so he ties it again. 32.3 seconds. So 8-second differential on the game clock and shot clock. Well, Crawford's been the one taking the shots. Don't see why that would change now, unless it's going to be Doyle. It is going to be Doyle. He takes it early. Magne goes up for the rebound.
Oh, it's a foul.
And is it Brown? If it's Baker, he's gone.
No, it's on Toscano.
I think it's Baker. Did you say Toscano?
Yeah. That's his fourth.
So,
on the rebound.
Watch this again.
Have a look at Magne. Yeah, you just can't grab the jersey.
Oh, yeah, he's got the jersey grab. You're right.
Now, right now, Scott Roth.
Well, this really now, they could take it down to the end.
Yeah.
14 seconds on the shot clock. Or game clock, rather. G-League United have really got it locked down here defensively.
JackJumpers were into their set before Crawford had even handled the ball.
Well, and I thought it went off of Burton, but I guess not. Doyle slipped down. I'd love to see the end of that play, but they're not protesting like it did. It happened right in front of their bench. So now it's the G League United with a chance to win it right at the end.
Oh, what a turn of events. You're right. It did look like it with this. Yeah, Scott Roth, he said,
oh, they're going to challenge it.
He wants to challenge it.
Yeah.
Why not? If you've got it and there's only 14 seconds remaining.
Yeah, you don't want to leave it. You don't want to not have used it by the end of the game. I guess in the referees' minds that it wasn't close, or else they would have reviewed it themselves. So,
you normally see JackJumpers players jumping up and down. They were right in front of the play, and they didn't seem to have any reaction.
It looked to me like Burton, and also his reaction after he kind of walked down the court like he'd gotten away with it. But
sure. That might be right. Doyle touches it. Does he hit it there? Yeah, that's not a good angle to look at it.
Oh, right there, that's what you're looking at. Yeah, I don't think they're not going to change it on that view.
Just that one. Go back a little bit.
Let's see if there's
just the last.
There's the last touch right there.
That's it. Doyle slips over.
We have White.
Right now, he doesn't touch it.
That's the question. Does he touch it there? From that angle, it looks like he touches it, but it's not definitive because
I don't think so.
The ball's.
I don't think so.
This one.
Here's an angle. This looks. He does not go anywhere near it. It's that left arm we're looking at.
Wide, and wide is the last, right?
That's why we didn't see
After
it.
review,
That
we
was a good shout,
confirm is the black hole on the side out.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Right now,
yeah,
your G League Unite, you either win it or you go into overtime.
you
don't
take
want
an
to
early
give.
shot.
Now the only thing about that too is that Jackie's burn a timeout to have that challenge.
Okay, here they go. It's Brown that has it, guarded by Crawford. Shot clock down to 7. It's go time. Brown gets it to Baker. They get it to the cutter. And the foul has been called on McNay. So Thomas with a chance to hit some game-winning free throws, potentially.
Well, that was a good kick-out pass and the rotations. There you see Doyle. He came over to help, but Baker, beautiful pass. The foul's on Doyle.
Yeah, it's on Doyle, yeah. Got him on the arm. Well, Thomas has been right at the center of this United attack.
Oh, now they're going to review it.
I think, do you make, okay, say he takes these free throws, you make the first and intentionally miss the second?
I would.
Yeah, because you got nothing to gain by making the second, do you?
Well,
You stop because they could advance the ball.
But I'm not sure. I'm just trying to check. Have they got a timeout remaining, though? If you don't have a timeout remaining, then you go ahead and make them both.
After review, we got a head coach challenge by the black team to see the contact matching criteria for a sportsmanlike foul.
So they're looking to see if they're going to upgrade this to an unsportsmanlike?
I think so, yeah.
No chance.
Can you stop at the moment of the contact?
No.
Or they're looking to see how much time.
At the logo?
JackJumpers have no
Moment of
timeouts.
the contact?
So they can't advance.
Yes.
So
Stop it. Push and go.
they need.
They need this and
They need to make the second.
This and this.
Absolutely, or either way, I'd still
He's
miss
coming with the arm, play the ball,
1.4.
which is in.
They're not going
That's the
to,
arm.
first they got to get the rebound, then they got to throw it over the board.
Yeah, if you make the second, at least you can set up a play and a full court pass. It's still
Can you go back?
still a prayer, but
Right.
And with this, let's see if after he reaches, he does something with the net.
Okay.
This one,
the official's looking to see if this should be an upgrade.
he's coming with the right
And I
arm,
think
right
there's
arm.
a lot of similarities to what
Playing the
we
ball,
saw
reaching.
earlier. He's just going for the ball.
Reach, and then
That to me is not an upgrade. I guess the follow through
I think
may have
there's
hit
no,
him in the
what
neck.
do you think?
It's not like a pull. It is a continued motion from the defense.
The continuation of the hand, right?
Yeah. And then is the next contact is with that.
Well, let's remember that
After review,
Now all the time.
Tasmania had possession,
Go back,
the
see the
inbounds
time.
pass. They could have had the last shot, but they turned it over.
in the moment I blow.
There's a
And it wasn't.
No, it's not with
It
the
was a
contact. it's not
turnover
like,
because it slipped on
I
the
call
floor
here.
rather than
So 1A.
a bad decision.
So after review, contact did not match the criteria for a sportsmanlike foul. We got 2 shots and
It's
1.8
taken an
on the
awful
game.
long time.
Confirmed.
All for the course of this game.
Thomas,
So they're
this
just
is
trying to figure it out. Yeah, they're just going to keep it as a normal foul.
this is icing the free throw shooter, but these free throws are a hell of a lot easier to take. Oh, they've reduced the time too to 0.6.
Wow.
Now they just need him to miss both if you're the JackJumpers.
Does that add more pressure by reducing the time? It kind of makes it feel like there's more pressure now.
I think it's easier on the shooter. Oh no, now they've changed it again. Down to 1.8.
Oh, right, they've added time. Well, if we wait a minute, maybe it'll be some more time added. There he is, Thomas, effectively with a chance to win it. He makes the first, and I just think you missed this. Surely you miss it. Don't call me Shirley. Wow, he makes it. Well,
Well, they do have a timeout.
so okay, so
Look
they,
it out.
So now they advance it
Yeah.
with 1.8.
Then that's probably a bad decision. And
They might regret that. I mean, obviously. Because if they don't call it, if he misses it rather, they can't call the timeout, and you got to get the rebound and put up a prayer.
Ball's in the air. Mags, you're going. All right. Jason, you're on the flare. At the same time, Steiny, you're sprinting to the corner. Okay, Mags, duck in if they're behind. You'll throw it straight to him. If they front, drive him off the lane. Yeah. But if you can't throw it, you got Steiny in the corner, and then Rubes, you're coming to the ball. You good with that? Good screens, here we go.
So letting the assistant coach draw up the play, and if you're G League United, you don't foul here.
No, you definitely don't want to foul.
But do you go for the three, or do you go
I
for
think so. In this type of
game?
The way it's been going.
You don't want to play overtime, do you?
I think to the JackJumpers too, you're going to have that, but you'll have some options for the three. Overplaying it at the rim in order. So I think you hedge your bets both ways. But I think the initial action is probably looking for the three ball.
Could Doyle inbound it, get it back? Is there enough time?
Yeah, absolutely. Almost 2 seconds.
Not going to happen. That's it. And G League United have held on. Fantastic. Go down.
Jack took the
like I said, to be honest.
And you personally finished the game. Can you describe how you felt?
Putting that trust in me, Juan, our leader of the team, putting that trust in me, and I capitalized.
And you're one game away from the title. What will be your mindset coming to tomorrow's game?
First of all, get some rest, watch some film, and execute, and do what we do best.
And how much did you see from Unicaja Malaga? What kind of battle do you expect in the final?
You said it one more time?
What do you expect from the finals tomorrow?
A hard-nosed game. We in the championship for a reason, so we know it's going to be hard, we know it's going to be tough. We just got to stay locked in and keep that belief in each other.
Thanks, Charlie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Charlie Brown was knocking down some threes today. He was playing very well for his team. Certainly a big reason. I guess for them it was Broderick Thomas that was the closer in the end, hitting the big shots. But probably Tasmania feeling like they've let one get away here. They had the late lead, and then they had the last possession where they slipped down, and that created the opportunity for the G League. And then even then, they still had another opportunity.
Well, for 95% of their game, they trailed, and they were shooting poorly. So they would have got out of jail if they had eventually won it. But the way the circumstances. You slip over.